Cybersecurity trends and developments, protecting against emerging threats. Introduction. Importance of cybersecurity in the modern world. In the modern world, cybersecurity has become an essential aspect of our lives. As we continue to rely more on digital technology and online communication, the threat of cyber attacks is increasing. From personal banking and e-commerce transactions to government and business operations, the threat of cyber attacks is constantly looming. Cybersecurity threats are evolving and becoming more sophisticated, making it necessary to keep up with the latest trends and developments in the field. In this article, we'll explore some of the emerging cybersecurity threats, trends, and best practices for protecting against them. Cybersecurity is important for several reasons, including protection of sensitive data. In today's digital age, sensitive data is stored and transmitted electronically. This can include personal information such as names, addresses, and financial data, as well as business and government data. Cybersecurity helps to protect this data from theft, unauthorized access, and exploitation by cybercriminals. Prevention of financial loss. Cyber attacks can result in significant financial loss for individuals and organizations. This can include theft of funds, loss of revenue due to system downtime, and damage to the reputation of businesses and governments. Preservation of privacy. Cybersecurity is important for preserving the privacy of individuals and organizations. Cyber attacks can result in the unauthorized access and disclosure of personal and confidential information, including emails, documents, and photos. Protection of national security. Cyber attacks can pose a significant threat to national security. Governments and military organizations are particularly vulnerable to cyber attacks, which can compromise classified information and disrupt critical infrastructure. Compliance with regulations. In many industries, compliance with cybersecurity regulations is mandatory. This includes regulations such as the General Data Protection Regulation, GDPR, and the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, HIPAA. Overview of the current cybersecurity landscape. The current cybersecurity landscape is constantly evolving and changing as new threats and attack vectors emerge. Here are some key trends and challenges in the current cybersecurity landscape. Ransomware. Ransomware attacks have become increasingly common, with attackers using sophisticated techniques to encrypt organizations' data and demand payment for its release. Phishing. Phishing attacks remain a popular and effective way for attackers to gain access to sensitive information, by tricking users into divulging their credentials or downloading malware. Remote work. The COVID-19 pandemic has accelerated the trend towards remote work, creating new challenges for cybersecurity as more employees access sensitive data from outside the office network. Supply chain attacks. Attackers are increasingly targeting software supply chains, using third-party vendors as a way to gain access to target organizations. Artificial intelligence. AI is being used by both attackers and defenders to develop new attack techniques and improve security measures, creating a cat-and-mouse game between the two. Cloud security. As organizations continue to adopt cloud computing, securing cloud environments becomes an increasingly important part of cybersecurity. Regulatory compliance. Regulations such as GDPR and CCPA are placing more pressure on organizations to ensure the privacy and security of customer data. 2. Emerging cybersecurity threats. Ransomware attacks. Ransomware is a type of malicious software that encrypts files on a victim's device, rendering them inaccessible until a ransom is paid to the attacker. This type of attack has become increasingly common, with high-profile incidents such as the Colonial Pipeline attack in May 2021 causing widespread disruption. Supply chain attacks. Supply chain attacks involve targeting third-party vendors or suppliers to gain access to a larger network. In recent years, we have seen a rise in these attacks, with the SolarWinds breach being a prime example. Advanced persistent threats. APTs are targeted attacks that are typically carried out by nation-state actors or advanced cybercriminal groups. These attacks are often sophisticated and can go undetected for long periods, allowing attackers to gain access to sensitive data. Social engineering attacks. Social engineering attacks rely on manipulating human behavior to gain access to sensitive information. This can include phishing emails, pretexting, and baiting attacks. Internet of Things (IoT) attacks. With the increasing prevalence of IoT devices, such as smart home systems and medical devices, attackers have more targets to exploit. These attacks can result in significant damage to both individuals and organizations. 3. Cybersecurity trends and developments. Artificial intelligence and machine learning in cybersecurity. AI and machine learning are being used to improve cybersecurity defenses, from detecting and mitigating threats to identifying vulnerabilities and reducing response times. Cloud-based security solutions. Cloud-based security solutions offer several advantages, including scalability, flexibility, and cost-effectiveness. These solutions are becoming increasingly popular, especially as more organizations move to cloud-based infrastructure. Zero Trust architecture. Zero Trust is a security model that assumes all users, devices, and applications are potential threats. This model requires strict identity verification and access controls for all users and devices, regardless of their location. Multi-factor authentication. Multi-factor authentication, MFA, adds an additional layer of security to login processes by requiring users to provide 2 or more forms of authentication, such as a password and a fingerprint. Cybersecurity awareness training for employees. Employees are often the weakest link in an organization's cybersecurity defenses. Training employees on cybersecurity best practices can reduce the risk of human error and prevent successful attacks. Blockchain technology for cybersecurity. Blockchain technology has the potential to revolutionize the way we approach cybersecurity. Here are some ways that blockchain technology can enhance cybersecurity. Decentralized security. Blockchain technology enables decentralized security, meaning that the network is not controlled by a central authority. This makes it more difficult for hackers to launch attacks because they would have to breach the entire network, not just a single point of entry. Immutable data. Once data is recorded on the blockchain, it cannot be altered or deleted. This makes it ideal for maintaining a secure and tamper-proof record of important data, such as financial transactions and personal information. Cryptographic security. Blockchain technology uses complex cryptographic algorithms to secure transactions and data on the network. This ensures that the data is only accessible to authorized users with the necessary decryption keys. Smart contracts. Smart contracts are self-executing contracts that are stored on the blockchain. They can be used to automate processes and transactions, eliminating the need for intermediaries and reducing the risk of human error. Distributed denial of service, DDoS, protection. Blockchain technology can be used to protect against DDoS attacks by distributing the processing power required to maintain the network across many nodes. This makes it more difficult for attackers to overwhelm the network with a large number of requests. Identity management. Blockchain technology can be used for identity management by creating a decentralized, tamper-proof record of individuals' identities. This could eliminate the need for centralized identity management systems that are vulnerable to data breaches. Supply chain security. Blockchain technology can be used to secure supply chains by creating a tamper-proof record of transactions and goods. This could help prevent counterfeit products from entering the supply chain and improve traceability in the event of a recall. 4. Best practices for protecting against emerging threats. Conducting regular risk assessments. Risk assessments are an essential part of any cybersecurity strategy, allowing organizations to identify vulnerabilities and prioritize resources accordingly. Implementing a comprehensive cybersecurity strategy. Organizations should implement a comprehensive cybersecurity strategy that includes a combination of technological, procedural, and personnel-based controls. Keeping software and systems up to date. Software and system updates often include security patches and fixes, making it essential to keep them up to date to avoid vulnerabilities. Backing up data regularly. Regular data backups can mitigate the impact of a successful cyber attack by allowing organizations to restore lost or encrypted data. Establishing incident response plans. Incident response plans outline the steps to be taken in the event of a successful cyber attack, including who to contact, how to contain the attack, and how to recover from it. Conclusion. Importance of staying vigilant and proactive in protecting against emerging cybersecurity threats. Staying vigilant and proactive in protecting against emerging cybersecurity threats is essential for individuals and organizations to protect themselves against financial and reputational damage, comply with regulatory requirements, and safeguard personal information in an increasingly digital world. Here are some key reasons. New threats emerge constantly. Cyber threats are constantly evolving, with attackers developing new techniques and tactics to bypass security measures. Staying vigilant and proactive is important to stay ahead of these emerging threats. Financial and reputational damage. A cyber attack can result in significant financial and reputational damage, with the potential to disrupt business operations, steal sensitive information, or damage a company's brand. Compliance requirements. Many industries are subject to regulatory requirements related to data protection and cybersecurity. Staying proactive and vigilant can help ensure compliance with these requirements and avoid penalties. Protection of personal information. Personal information is increasingly valuable to cybercriminals, and individuals have a responsibility to protect their own data as well as the data of others. Increasing reliance on technology. As we become more reliant on technology in our personal and professional lives, the potential impact of a cyber attack grows. Staying proactive and vigilant is important to protect against these risks. Need for ongoing education and training in cybersecurity best practices. Ongoing education and training in cybersecurity best practices are essential to ensure that individuals and organizations are equipped to protect against the ever-evolving landscape of cyber threats. Here are some key reasons why. Threats constantly evolve. Cyber threats are constantly evolving, and staying up to date on the latest threats and attack techniques is essential to maintain effective security measures. Human error. Despite the best efforts of technology and security measures, human error remains a common cause of cybersecurity breaches. Ongoing education and training can help individuals understand and avoid common mistakes that can lead to breaches. Changing technology. As technology evolves, so do the risks and vulnerabilities associated with it. Ongoing education and training can help individuals and organizations stay current with new technologies and understand how to protect against associated risks. Regulatory requirements. Many industries are subject to regulatory requirements related to cybersecurity and data protection. Ongoing education and training can help ensure compliance with these requirements. Collaboration. Effective cybersecurity requires collaboration between individuals and organizations, and ongoing education and training can help facilitate this collaboration by creating a shared understanding of best practices and risks. In summary, cybersecurity is an essential aspect of today's world, and the threat landscape continues to evolve. As new and emerging threats such as ransomware attacks, supply chain attacks, and IoT attacks are becoming more sophisticated, it's vital to stay up to date on the latest trends and developments in cybersecurity. Fortunately, there are new developments in cybersecurity such as AI and ML for cybersecurity, cloud-based cybersecurity solutions, and zero-trust security models. These developments, along with best practices such as keeping software up to date, implementing strong passwords and two-factor authentication, regularly backing up data, educating employees on cybersecurity, and conducting regular vulnerability assessments and penetration testing, can help individuals and organizations protect against cybersecurity threats. In the end, it's crucial to understand that cybersecurity is an ongoing process that requires continuous monitoring, education, and adaptation to changing threats. By taking proactive measures and staying informed, individuals and organizations can safeguard their data and systems against emerging cybersecurity threats.